watched my friends be forced out of their homes. I've watched families be ripped apart because of their inability to pay for certain things, because of their lack of money that you guys have. You guys have it. These bankers have it. You guys are living the good life, and so are they. And what do we have when this is our money? This is our money. It needs to go back to the community. This is our hard-earned cash that we worked for, and it needs to come back into our communities. Thank you.
None of this nonsense will change until the American people take back public utility, which is television. Because otherwise, none of this will ever change. And we will take back that public utility. We'll make it our own so that our views can be shown to ourselves, to our communities, to our country. This is what we're here for. We have to take back this country. And I hope that you vote accordingly with what's good for the people, because you are the people. You are part of our 99%. You're not billionaires. You're not corporate heads. So there's nothing in it for you to do this for them. You know, be with us. We are the people. We are your people. You are our people.
There are a lot of snickers, there's a lot of laughter. I don't think this is funny at all, in any way, shape, or form. Now, we might look like a ragtag bunch of hippies at the moment because we've been sleeping in a tent, but we are not. We are educators, some of us are engineers, some of us are computer designers. We are intelligent people and we are your people, okay? We are of you, we are together. There does not need to exist a divide between us. Are you not people who have friends and family that are suffering under this economic situation? Are these not realities for you? We don't have to exist apart from each other. I know we are caught up in a system that seems impossible to escape, but it does not have to be that way. We can come together. We can create new solutions, and that is what we are about. If you are going to endorse us, then be about us. That's all I have to say.
A few weeks ago, I worked as a political consultant. It was pretty cushy.
Sir, would you identify yourself?
My name is Matt Ward. Until recently, I worked as a political consultant. It was quite cushy. And Councilman Bunch knows actually that I was pretty decent at it, because I'm pretty sure if we'd just gotten started with our campaign before those absentee ballots went out, you might not be sitting here right now, but I'm glad that you are, because I do like you. Councilman Rosendahl, I'm glad that you're having a good conversation there. I would like to point out that I'm really glad that you got a cup of coffee, because when you sit there and you fall asleep in your chair, you might as well not be here. And we know the system is broken, and it really wants nobody but yourself. So the real problem with what's going on here is that it's very easy to take money. It's very comfortable to take money. Money starts to come in from all kinds of places whenever you start to feel a little bit successful, whenever you start to get a little bit of power. The problem is, that isn't your money. When that money goes into a bank, it's not your money anymore. It's their money. Presently, Goldman Sachs rules the world, and it rules the world because it is impossible to reach any achievable state of position in this country without being bought and paid for. You guys are some of the lowest rungs of elected government, and I'm not saying that in any way to impugn what you're doing, because it's tremendous. But this is only going to get worse. You guys are here, I assume that you chose to endorse Occupy LA because you're trying to get out in front of what you think is a force of nature, and you're right. You guys are embracing your re-election pursuant behavior, and I support that fully. The problem is, you are attempting to still operate within a system that is completely defunct, and until you're ready to take a step back and actually have some courage for once, this is never going to change. Thank you.
Scientist, Mike Bates, computer science, Chicago State University, 1988. I'm also a teacher. We need to know the history of these banks. See, that's where we may be falling short. These banks got their wealth. We're talking about Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, J.P. Morgan, from slaves. They were the merchants and the bankers during slavery in the South. That's how they got that money, brought it up north. They had the banks down there. And they're doing the same thing here. They're cold-blooded, just like during slavery. You know, that was cold-blooded. My great-grandfather was born in slavery. He was born in 1862, died in 1962, 100 years old. So I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's talk about black people. We have 3 blacks in this chamber here. We have Wesson, and we have Miss Perry here, and we have Bernard Parks. I haven't heard you say one thing about black people. We are, our black people are suffering. I see a handful out there when they should be out there marching and everything else. I don't see the blacks doing a darn thing on this committee to help black folks. We need to read more. There's a book called The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. Now, I know I said a word that I shouldn't say, and that's the Jew word, but I'm going to say it. I'm not afraid of anything. Okay? And that's who's running these things. We need to be about what's going on out there. Okay? There's no sense in trying to hide who's running this. They're cold-blooded. And I'm not just talking about regular, hard-working Jews. I'm talking about these Zionist Jews. That's what I'm talking about. So let's know that there are some good Jews. Now, I want to see these black, 3 blacks on this city council. I want you to speak up more about and help your people. You should have your black people out here marching. I don't see any of your constituents. You represent thousands of black people. I don't care how much you mingle with these white folks and these people with money. I'm talking to these 3 blacks. You'll never rise one high. You'll never rise high.
She's not talking about this item.
Thank you.
I support this item.
Are you Michael Pell?
Yes, I am.
Please identify yourself for the record.
Oh, I am Michael Pell. I am a proud resident of the 5th District, and I support this item because I, for one, may be one of the few in this room that actually trust you around Orchview because you have all the facts, and I trust you to do the right thing. I wonder what banks we're supposed to deal with. Is it supposed to be the North Korean National Bank? Is it supposed to be the First Bank of Paradise?